G'day guys, Googs here for the Drunk Philosopher. Today I'm going to talk about a mistake that nobody's talking about, that if it had been under any other circumstance than Donald Trump's presidency, I can guarantee you the media would have been all over this. Yesterday, several hundred very silly, very stupid people, all MAGA, went into the American Congress and raised hell. Now, they did the wrong thing. I don't condone, I disavow all that sort of stuff. That it was terrible. And I said it in yesterday's video, MAGA movement's now dead. This could have been, though, the most monumental victory for the Democrats in modern history. This could have been the ace in the pocket. That, you wouldn't need media, you wouldn't need cries of seditions or traitors, because these people were doing the First Amendment. Yes, the violence is wrong. The violence is totally wrong once again storming Congress. I still tell you it's wrong. I will never agree with it. What could have happened is this. Those people could have been filed into the senatorial building, into the upper house or the lower house of the Senate, filed in, and being told that Joe Biden was coming to hear them, the incoming president was coming to hear their grievances. But to get in the room, no guns, no things you can throw, that sort of thing, basic security stuff. Of course, he's going to be flanked with security guards, Secret Services up on the balcony with their guns and whatnot. So people understand that, okay, we can't be dumb shits anymore. This is real. Joe Biden walks in, says, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You've got 20 minutes of my time. I am here to listen to you and your grievances. This will be recorded for posterity. What is the problem?" And then let a couple of people go forward. Maybe he needs to pick them out of the crowd. And they explain to Joe why they're all there, why they're angry, and what they seek redress for. And at the end of that 20 minutes, Joe can go, "I hear you, you have been heard. We will certainly be thinking about what you have told us today. And I want to see a united America. Thank you for turning up." Out you go. And they would have all gone out. They would have been, probably not, they still would have been pissed, but they would have been a bit more like, you know what? The incoming president, he's a Democrat, and he listened to us. He listened. Could you imagine the photo op of a lifetime? You want to secure your presidency, you get all the people who hate your guts, and you listen to them. You just let them say whatever they want. Joe just takes it. Maybe he's sitting in a chair. Once again, security, Secret Service with their sniper weapons and all that. But he listens to them. He listens to them. And they go away feeling a bit better because somebody's actually heard them. Not just somebody, but the incoming president has just heard them. Crisis averted. And a few of those MAGA people now going, you know what, maybe we were wrong. I'm not saying that would have been the case. But wouldn't that have been a lot better? Wouldn't that have made a lot more sense? Instead, they've come out, traitors, seditious, blah, blah, blah. So why didn't that happen? Why didn't Joe Biden, who wants to bring Americans together, go, right, these people don't like me, get them all into a room, or as many as we can into a room, and I'll give them a 20-minute audience. Organise as I said, make sure they've got no weapons on them. Make sure that the security guys are around him. Make sure that the Secret Service have got their guns there. Make them visible, just to let them know there's going to be no shenanigans here. I'm here to listen to you, and that's it. That would have actually worked. It's human psychology 101. If you listen to someone, even if you don't care, generally speaking, if you listen to someone when they're talking about what's irking them, it helps them. It helps them. Now they're seeking stuff. And he might say, he doesn't have to say, yes, I'll do this, I'll do that. He goes, look, we're going to think about that. Thank you for coming. We're going to think about that. We've got it on camera. It's all recorded. So, yeah, we'll sit down and we'll talk about that once I'm in the presidency. Fine. Crisis averted. And Joe Biden looks like a president for the people, which is what he keeps advertising himself as. But instead, he and every other politician, including your hero Donald Trump, by the way, who was in Capitol Hill at the time, all hid behind big, thick, sturdy wall barriers and doors, security people, you name it. It was all there. Because they are cowards. They are elitists. Most of them would have nothing to do with the average person. When I look at America, it doesn't happen here in this country, by the way. In this country, you still got politicians actually going and knocking door to door. Occasionally you might get some helpers coming and knocking doors, but in America it's all the helpers go knock on the doors. It's very rare you see a politician, maybe in smaller country states that happens, but I very much doubt that, say, Nancy Pelosi with the district in LA is going to go around knocking on doors. Very doubtful. The elite politicians are scared of the people, and they have every right to be, because the people have the power. You see, this is the one thing that we tend to forget. We have the damn power. It's our democracy. It's still our democracy. Until the day some asshole comes out of the woodworks and goes, I'm going to be your king, or your Führer, or whatever the fuck. Until that day, we have that power. Now, instead of doing the right thing, which would have been to address the crowd and say, hey, look, what's your problem? They ran like scared children. The media went in there and they're making up all these incredible stories. Some of them, no doubt, true, although these days with the media, you know, it would take me probably 3 days to research every claim that they've made in the last 24 hours. And I haven't got 3 days. And this, of course, is the major problem with most of us people living in the real world. With fat mouths to feed and bills to pay, we don't have 3 fucking days to do the research. But these elitists are scared of us. They are so scared of us. Every single one. Because at any point in time, we can seek that redress, especially with the First Amendment like they have in America. But even in Australia, we can seek redress anytime we damn well please. We can protest any damn well time we please. But these people, these politicians keep running away. Keep running away. They don't want to face it. Last year, I can't remember which city it was. Was it Minnesota? I think it might have been Minnesota. Anyway, she was a black lady American mayor. And she was all for the BLM and Antifa protests. Her city was burning to the damn ground. And she was quite happy with it until they came to her suburb near her house. The minute the people with the grievance approached a person of actual institutional power, she shut the whole thing down. In came the National Guard, in came the cops, in came everybody else, and boom, not just dispersed the crowd, but stopped the riots. They're using us as useful idiots. It's just that simple. They're afraid of us. And so they should be. Now, once again, I'm not inciting violence. Great changes have occurred throughout history by peaceful protest. One just has to look at, say, the civil rights movement. And yes, there were tensions, there were flare-ups. Absolutely, especially once MLK was killed. There was some horrific scenes. Sure. But whilst MLK was around, people sat down. They were calm. They were peaceful. And it's that propagated change, because people looked at them doing what they were doing and going, you know what? They're not actually in anyone's way. They're not hurting anyone. And we can see that they have the moral high ground here. We like that. And what they're saying makes a lot of sense. That's a really good way to institute change. Or you could have a silent protest where you're sitting down in the middle of a road. People, they're not going to mow through 1,000 people. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that you should. It's a dumb move. It's a stupid move. But my point is, we can do this because they are afraid of us. The minute 200 or 300 people get anywhere near them in a group, they shit themselves and they run and hide. That could have been the people's president moment for Joe Biden. That could have been the icing on what was at that point a pretty terrible cake for Donald Trump if he had have gone out and done that as the president. Or if both of them had have walked out and done that. Trump calms the crowd down, Biden listens. These politicians are so scared. They are such cowards. And remember that. Remember, they are cowards. They run when people come to redress their problems with them. They run and hide like rats. Because they're elites. They don't want to deal with the average person. They might get hurt. Or they might be forced to learn something new. It's either that or, in some cases, as I suspect, they look on us the way the Nazis looked upon the Jews. I'd say there are some politicians like that who just see us as little ants who get in the way, cause trouble. But I prefer to think of them as cowards because I would hate to think of the alternative. I'm Nathan Gooks Fletcher. This is my drunk philosophy. If you are going to push back wisely, push back peacefully, but do not stop. This intersectional crap, this SJW bullshit, this segregational shit needs to stop. This socialism needs to stop. This communism needs to stop. It just needs to go. This anarchy needs to stop. Be good. Be safe. Don't be evil. I'll catch you on the next one. Hooroo.